We're having fascinating discussions, both on and off the air here. Tri-City Sports Now. We're sort of, about where we are here, and it's the idea with that women's team where, when it's, F this, that I think that we're having so much problem with. It's the idea of, I'd be thrown into detention if I did this in high school. I might get fired from my job if I say it in front of the wrong person, if my boss is a little stuffy or something. And maybe there is that admiration that you can get away with it, because there are plenty of teachers, SoCon John Hooper and myself, that we would have liked to have told a few profanities too in high school, let's face it. But at the same time, when it becomes, if you do like the president, whoever he may be, and you say that you're just going to divide half the country, and I wonder if then, like I said, I think the NBA shoots itself in the foot by, Greg Popovich is just as apt to go criticize Donald Trump as he is to talk about the Spurs in a press conference. And when he does that, I think that half the country says, all right, yeah, fine. I'll watch hockey instead. I'll watch NASCAR. I'll read a book. I do not, no, I'm out of here. And when you look at
soccer needs to keep this momentum going.
Exactly. Well, my previous guest, John Krasinski, who's a soccer writer turned and a former coach, and he said, this is what we need to do. We need to get the sport to the grassroots level. In other words, be able to have people of all economic backgrounds embrace us. Really, right now, only football and basketball, I think, can say that.
Right, I think you're right.
Yeah, in America, at least. I mean, tennis and golf are going to be very country club. The travel teams with hockey, baseball, soccer,
yeah,
that sort of thing. So, those are some of the.
It's funny because the old saying is, soccer in a third world country appeals to the poor, but in this country, to get cleats and ball and a soccer ball and everything, the equipment, it's really a kind of a rich kid's sport. So.
There you go, because that's something that I think the Jordan generation, SoCon John, we'll eventually talk about the Southern Conference here, but no, that's something that used to bother me, those old Mars Blackman commercials. It's got to be the shoes, and I'm like, it's not going to be the shoes. I can buy a pair of Nike. I'm not going to be able to play like Michael Jordan. Quit insulting my intelligence. And you knew that deep down. But did that create a culture that has trickled down to the millennial generation, to the modern day, that started back then, that, you really do want to have that state-of-the-art equipment, or why bother? It isn't going to be like in a third world country where, we set up a makeshift field, just like maybe we used to play baseball in the streets, and, the door handle of the Fiat over there, that's second base. Remember that? And
the
all this.
Argument, it actually could be made that soccer is less, it appeals less to only one, demographic of people in this country, because of companies like Nike. When in Argentina and Brazil, and you talk about Spain, you think the poor kids there care if they have Nikes or not? They go out and play barefooted. There's a whole Nike goes out and says this is the dream big as possible. Yeah, if you have the money is what.
Yeah.
What they're saying.
Yeah, and I think that actually, created a culture where maybe the idea was that, unless it's hoops and football, because the schools still pretty much fund that. Although I would also say that, football, what you do on the high school field, that'll get you some attention from college scouts. But I think now it's AAU instead of high school basketball for where they're going to look to what you do and get a college scholarship or to go to the higher level in high school. I really believe that as well. I think